What do you remember about when Presley and Noah were born, Grandma?
Remember what?
What do you remember about the day Presley and Noah were born?
Oh, let's see. You called me and said you were in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And so I told you I would come on down later. But you said it'll be a while before they started the thing. I cut grass that morning before I left home, I think.
Worried about that grass getting too tall, too.
Because I think I was talking to your father-in-law and I was telling him, I had cut grass. He said, you cut the grass? He said, somebody should be cutting it for you. I said, well, what I paid out this year to have grass cut.
So you remember me calling you cut the grass, then what?
Huh?
You remember me calling you cut the grass,
Yeah.
and then what happened?
You cut grass one time, didn't you?
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about the day Presley and Noah were born. You cut the grass, and then what'd you do?
Got in the car and drove to Richmond.
Yeah, drove to Richmond to the hospital.
Yeah. Then what?
Well, I think I stayed down there till I could see the babies.
And that took a long time.
You kept asking me, when are we going to get to see the babies, Heather? When am I going to get to see the babies? I was like, I don't know!
I haven't got to see them hardly.
Well, yeah, they just held up one and was like, here. It was Presley. Mm-hmm. Here she is. That was it.
They were so tiny looking.
Mm-hmm. You remember going in the NICU and seeing them?
Huh?
Do you remember going in the NICU and seeing them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All hooked up to the machines?
But first I said, we're going to go and see you, and something about Noah's, y'all thought was something wrong, wanted to see us or something.
Well, he wasn't breathing on his own. He had the CPAP. Mm-hmm. He wasn't breathing on his own.
I've forgotten that.
Well, that was one of the reasons why we didn't get to see them, because
they took
them.
Yeah, now I kind of remember that.
Yeah, because they held up Presley. I saw her, but then Noah wasn't breathing, and it was just like, okay, gotta go.
Yeah, that was scary in the room.
I remember how they're saying, I didn't do nothing. I just laid here and they were born. I said, you did all kinds of stuff.
I just cut me open and just took them.
I said, that's okay.
But I didn't do anything.
Yes, you did. You've been on bed rest for how long? I remember you saying that.
Well, when I tell people about having these great-grandchildren and then they're 20 months apart, they said, oh, that poor mother. She went through. How did she survive?
She a Wonder Woman.
She's Supergirl, Superwoman.
Well, how about twins that... Now, my dad had twin brothers, and they had to be born at home. Mm-hmm. What did they go through when they had twins?
Well, and they didn't even know that they were going to have twins.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Connie and Ronnie said, Aunt Liz, Connie and Ronnie's mom, Kenny's Aunt Liz, said, she said she woke up and they said, you had 2 babies. And she said, what? And Connie always tells a story. I don't know why she woke up. I guess back then they used to knock you out. But Aunt Liz was like, I didn't order to. But she already had, Bush was only, the oldest daughter, Mary, we call her Bush, was only a year old.
Oh.
And then a year later, she thought she was pregnant again and had to. But Connie always tells the story. She said, I woke up and they said I had to. Connie goes, I don't know why she was asleep. I said, I don't know. Maybe she was really exhausted. I don't know. Did they knock you? Did you get knocked out to have your babies? No. They did.
Yes, they did. They gave me ether each time, and I didn't want it, but
And that knocked you. Well, then that's why she was knocked out. Then ether.
yeah,
Why'd they give you ether?
I think it was ether. Especially with Darlene, I don't know for you it wasn't, I don't think. But with Darlene it was because your dad had passed out, and when I came around and was in a room, it was 2 beds, and I looked in the other bed and I said, what in the devil are they doing putting a man in the room with me? And it was your father, and he had been passed out on Mama over in the hallway, and she drug him in that fucking bed.
Your grandma drugged Daddy into your hospital room and put him in the next bed.
Yeah.
I can see Grandma doing that. She was. I always thought Grandma Butch was a strong woman.
She said he both fainted on me in the hallway. See, he was leaning over me, and I guess that ether smell got him. He both fainted.
Didn't Grandma Butch have all of her kids at home?
Except, no, the last 2, Roger and Gloria, were in the hospital. She had 6 at home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So why did she go to the hospital for the last 2? You think he would be like, man, done this before?
I know. I would think a hospital would be costly if you used to popping them out. Well, 8 kids, and they're all y'all are all about 2 years apart, but.
No, let me see. I'm 2 years older than Bella, and Bella was 2 years older than Gina. But then it was 4 years
Before Barbara.
before Barbara. I'm 8 years older than Barbara. And then Barbara was 3 years older than Phyllis, but then she had Phyllis, Alice, Roger, and Gloria.
And how close are they? Trina and I were discussing that because I said I think the last 4 are really close together. So.
Alice was born early, so Phyllis was just 14 months old when Alice was born.